Williams, good ball fake. Wow.
Payne at the top, fires from long distance and buried the three.
Campaign says I'm a pretty good guard myself.
Left side, three on the way. Front of the rim on Payne. What the tomahawk stomp by Williams. It's Sapp, throws it up to Frere at the buzzer. He banked it in! He banked it in from 35 feet at the buzzer.
Hi everybody and welcome to the Racer Report with head coach Steve Prohm here in the CFSB Center where the Racers are just rolling along with a 13-game winning streak and 8 in a row at home. But before we get Steve's thoughts on what happened with 2 big wins last week, let's show you what's going to happen this week with the Racers on the road to Central Illinois, where they're going to take on Eastern Illinois on Thursday night on the CBS Sports Network, and then Saturday swing over to SIU Edwardsville, where you can watch the game on the OVC Digital Network. The game Thursday night is 8 o'clock and Saturday is a 7 o'clock tip, but there is a men's-women's doubleheader that night up at Edwardsville. And we're joined by the head coach of the Racers, Steve Prohm. You can tell he's got a smile on his face. Racers had another good week, Coach. A home win against Belmont and then a home win against Tennessee State. Pretty good stuff by your guys.
Pretty good stuff. Just trying to keep the train going in the right direction and keep it on the tracks. And we got another big week. Just finished up practice earlier today. Happy Martin Luther King Day. A big impact in our society. So happy birthday to him. Did a lot for a lot of different people. So we were off school today, so we practiced a little bit earlier. And got a big one Thursday, but we gotta take care of ourselves first.
And that's what today's practice was about. I got a chance to watch practice today, and the guys just keep going to work and getting ready for that Thursday night road game. So we're going to roll the tape here, Coach, and take a look at it on Thursday night with the Belmont Bruins coming in. Of course, the two teams only play once a year, so it's been 2 years since they were at Murray State's place. But maybe just your first thoughts on it. Man, what an atmosphere. We had ESPNU here, Dr. Jerry Punch and Adrian Branch were here, and you guys really played well.
Yeah, it was a great atmosphere. It was great it was really just great to get ESPN on campus. That's so big, and you know, it's what's fun right there is guys sharing the basketball. We shared the ball, we made shots. It's another great play right here, and able to finish in transition. So Belmont's always tough to prepare for. You always got to be locked in, but we played well, and you know, yeah, congratulations while we're talking to Coach Rick Bird on his 700th win. How about that?
Yeah, that's pretty amazing. 29 years at Belmont, 34 years in his career. And you knew you had to play a good game to beat these guys. They're so well coached. They shoot the ball so well, and I even thought, you know, you got up in the 20s there one time, but the way they come back, I wasn't really feeling safe until the buzzer went off.
No, you never feel safe. I think, when you went back and watched on tape, I didn't realize we got up to about 22, and I think the last kind of couple minutes I think he may have been trying to just conserve some guys for Saturday's game at P. You know, in the past, when he had an older group, a more experienced group, he tried to make a last-minute run, and he did. You know, a couple years ago, Isaiah had to make a big shot to win it.
7 minutes to go in the first half. The theme you're seeing here, and of course we're showing all the buckets that the Racers made, but you just see not only is it a transition and a fast break, but it just seems really controlled. You guys look like you're going 100 miles an hour, but you're still making good decisions.
We want to go as fast as we can up the floor from defense to offense, especially with the skill level we have on our perimeter with Cam and Moss and Sapp and Justin. Those guys have done a terrific job of getting better and playing the game the right way. And you know, when we get stops, we're very good in transition. And you know, we finished this half. This was a big play here. I think we ended up going to half up 9.
Yeah, big play there by Cameron Payne, and then the second half, TJ Sapp. I mean, he tied his career high with 5 3-pointers in the game, and you were kind of talking about it today. You know, the stuff he's doing that has nothing to do with scoring right now for this team.
No, he's brought a lot of leadership. He's really guarding the opponent's best player, and he's doing a terrific job. And happy for TJ.
Okay, so now we move ahead to we haven't hit the first media time out here, but Coach, you talk about finish in the first half in a good way, and then start in the second half. You did both of those things Thursday night.
Well, Thursday night, though, you look back, I mean, we were up 9, they cut it to 5 right out of the gate. It was back-to-back baskets, and so, but our guys responded. We traded baskets with them for a while, and then it took us a little while to hit them.
Big three there by Sapp with about 14 minutes to go in the game. You guys just kept the pressure on them all night. And, they played a lot of zone, and you guys ended up hitting 11 threes in the game.
Yeah, if we can hit 11 threes on a good percentage, it's probably going to be a good night. But they did go zone the last 8 or 10 minutes of the game, and I don't know if it was to slow us down or rest guys, but our guys did a good job executing. The pace of the game slowed down a little bit because of that, though.
Yeah, this is the point here where the Racers really started getting that lead. Man, what a pass by Wayne Langston there.
Yeah, Wayne had a good night for us. He rebounded well and did a good job in the high post. But that's a great play by Sapp, making a good hustle play.
He kind of looked like Richard Sherman back making an interception right there. And then the Racers get it down the other way. A great pass from Moss into Farrell, or Williams rather, for the dunk there. There was a part of this game here, Coach, where, man, Jarvis, he was just getting the ball in great position, and he was finishing every time.
Yeah, he had a terrific game. Him and Farrell are playing extremely well. We just got to continue to keep sawing wood, in the words of Coach Kennedy.
Yep, keep sawing the wood, and the Racers end up in this game. They had two players in double-figure rebounds, with Farrell with 11 and Williams with 10. Jarvis had the double-double to go with 19 points. It was Payne and Sapp who both had 6 assists in the game. You see the Racers were up 46-37, and then ended up winning the second half 46-40 for a 92-77 final. You had to have a lot of momentum going into that game, and it seemed like you just kind of fed off the crowd. It was a tremendous crowd here, and everybody was into it, and the team kind of fed off that.
Well, our guys, they just got to continue to get stops. They play with a lot of energy, play with a lot of purpose, and Belmont's a good team, good program. And Coach Burton said it. They're not as good as they have been the last couple of years. Because of their youth, they got a little bit of. They're not as experienced as most of his Belmont teams are, and so we were able to get on them in the second half, and we're able to put them away. So, but Belmont, they're still going to be around at the end, because he's such a good coach.
Yeah, that's right. But Coach, you take a look at what this team has done in 13 games since the weekend in Nashville. I remember it was on the Sunday of the final game, and the Racers beat a Drake squad that's kind of struggling in the Missouri Valley. And who would have thought that, a whole December later and now into January that your team hasn't lost a game, but that's not what's making you all very good. You're taking it one at a time. That's what's making you good.
Yeah, just take it one at a time. But we have great kids, and we do have good players. And then my staff, my 3 assistants have done a tremendous job of keeping these guys on the same page, or getting them on the same page. And so, we just got to take it a day at a time, because, league play is very, very difficult, very demanding, and you're only as good as your last game, and then you got to win the next one.
Well, and I'm always I have to learn patience. I'm very much an impatient person sometimes, but you know what? You can't play Thursday night's game on Tuesday night, can you?
No, you can. And speaking of Thursday night's game, though, I really hope we have a great crowd. I really, really hope we get I'm not saying 5,000 people, but I really hope we get 500,000 people like we've had make the trip to Evansville. We had some really good trips up to Evansville.
Did you say 500,000? No.
No. Yeah, I'm not talking about 5,000. I said, but if we can get 500 to 1,000 people up there, that'd be terrific, especially in the environment up there. And it's not that far. It's only 3 hours, about 45 minutes.
I've always felt like the drive to Charleston, Illinois, is one of the easiest that we have in our conference. So we're looking forward to that game. Let's go ahead and roll the tape now on the game from Tennessee State on Saturday night. And Coach, it's hard not to have a letdown after an emotional game like that against Belmont. And your team comes out 20-2. I mean, just hit them with a shot right out of the gate.
Yeah, them gold unis, I know everybody's going to want to talk about those. They ended up turning out pretty good. We didn't wear them until now. The shorts weren't in. Something got messed up with our order with our shorts, but they looked really good. But you know, our starters came out really focused and ready to play, and that was terrific for us. But you know, you should have your emotions moved in every game. Every game should be a big game. Every game you should be passionate to play. So, you know, they all count the same, so why wouldn't you?
Well, here's the part of this 20-2 run. The Racers basically getting it done every way you could think of. You know, driving it to the hoop, getting a rebound, and putting it back in. The Racers, let's see, I guess maybe the first field goal was a three-pointer at 10:31, I think, for Tennessee State. But you guys just kept the pressure on them, and then here towards the end of the first half, the Racers are just getting good looks every time. Seymour comes in and hits the three right there, and it's a 19-point game. And then right here before the half, that was quite a play for Mr. Cameron Payne right there.
Yeah, just spread the floor and get out of his way and let him do something good.
And then into the second half, Moss gets a dunk right off the bat to put the Racers up 48-26. And you kind of just kept the pressure on the Tigers. Now, I will say one thing. Dana Ford's got a bunch of young guys on his team, and there's a couple of them there I was really impressed with. Reddick looked pretty good. Jay Harris, pretty good player. You know, they're going to be a lot better in the future.
Yeah,
too.
Harris is a senior, though, I believe.
Yeah.
But yeah, he has quite a few freshmen, and you know, I didn't like the way we started the second half, though. You know, we had to call timeout and get our starters refocused, and then they hit them with a big run, and we were able to get it from 19 up to about 30, 32.
Coach, I always keep a running log on the game, and I typed in 12-18. Clear the bench for the Racers, but you brought in a new 5. Was that something that you thought before the game you might try, or was that a Coach Cal thing that you're doing there?
Calipari. After I heard him speak in Marshall County, and I said, man, why don't I try it? So it's working for them. They hadn't lost all season, but you know what? I probably wouldn't do it again if I had to do it, or we were playing the game again tonight. I think I just got caught up, and man, the starters finally got it back going, and I think it went from 19 to about 32, and I said, man, let me get these guys some good minutes. But
yeah, and you did.
And we did, but if I had to do it over again, I'd probably bring them in different increments so Justin could play with the starters a little bit. But it gave an opportunity for those guys to play. Rambo doesn't play the 3 for us, though, much or at all, really.
Right.
So I just had him out of position a little bit. So, you know, it was just one of those games. And I don't know if I'd do it. Probably wouldn't do it again, though, if I was in the same situation.
Okay, well, you see the box score there. Look at Jarvis Williams, 21 points, and 11 of those came from the free throw line, and the Racers won another battle of the boards, 37-32, as they defeated Tennessee State by the score of 91-72. Speaking of rebounding, Coach, you know, it took a while, and I knew the Racers would overcome it, but that game at Xavier way back in November, the rebounding total was so lopsided that it really affected the season total rebound margin. Now, after the last couple of weeks, the Racers actually have a positive rebound margin even with that game in there.
Yeah, that was a bad night.
Yep.
That was a bad night.
But during this, the good run here, you're about 4.5.
I think we're in
more,
conference
more.
play, we're +8, I think. So it was a bad night at Xavier. We just didn't play the right way, the way we needed to. You know, Farrell really still wasn't healthy. But, you know, sometimes it's about where you play, too. Xavier's a tough place to play.
Right.
You know, you saw, and I've said it before.
And who you're playing.
You know, Long Beach plays them there, gets beat 30, goes plays them on a neutral site and beats them. So, you know, there's so many factors. You know, it's like the RPI. How do you know this team's better than this team to rate them 50 and us 89 or whatever? So it's funny to me. So we just got to do what we do. We just got to win the next game and keep moving forward. And you know, we still got 11 games left. Eastern Illinois got 10, and so Martin's right there with just one loss on our side. So, you know, there's a lot of parity in our league this year. A lot of balance.
Well, and we talked about last week, this team really has bought into the one day at a time. And I know it's a cliche. Football coaches use it, baseball players use it. But there really is something when you can get the entire team to buy in. And I know sometimes it sounds corny, but there really is something to it. If you can get a whole team to buy into whatever it is you want them to buy into, Sometimes you coaches get into buy-in that everybody's against us. Nobody thinks we can do it, and you kind of play that card. And the card you've kind of played is just come to work every day.
Yeah, just do your job, do your job, and do it the right way. And the only way that can work, though, is if you have good kids and good support staff, and we're blessed to have that here. You know, you look at the RPI, we're behind Eastern Illinois. It's like Jarvis Williams said to me, like, man, Coach, we're underdog Thursday, huh? I said, yep. So, you know, as good as this is a great streak, but we still don't have anybody's attention, if that makes sense.
Yeah,
and
it
so,
does. It does.
You know, I don't know if nationally people hadn't really recognized it. Now, I don't know. So, but that's a good thing. We just need to stay in the moment and get ourselves better and keep working, because it's a long season.
Okay, Coach. Well, listen, appreciate you sitting down. The Racers just got done practice here at CFSB Center, so we'll have a couple more days of practice and then get up there Thursday night, and hopefully the Racers can get it done twice on the road at Eastern Illinois on Thursday and SIU Edwardsville on Saturday. So,
get up there Thursday night, Racer Nation. We need you.
Okay, thanks, Coach.
Thanks, Dave.
Appreciate it. And that's head coach Steve Prohm. We'll see you next time on the Racer Report here at Murray State.
He doesn't want the shot. Bounces mid-block extended. Farrell attacks the basket. Spins, fakes, and banks it in! That shot bounces to the mid-block. It is Williams across the lane to Farrell, and he banks in another one. Play by Farrell, and Payne picks it up. Payne at the top of the key. Right side to Moss. He'll take it inside, put it off the glass, and in. 3 bank shot layups. Hand off to Payne. Right side wing 3 by Moss. It's good! Left-hand dribble. He finds Moss on the wing. Out to Sapp. Turnaround 3. Buried it. Side deep on the right wing. Sapp to the mid-block. It's Farrell. Double team. Gets it to Sapp. 4-3. He got another one for some points. Sapp whips it inside with the alley-oop dunk. Payne to Williams. He stuffed it. Left-hand dribble. Looks into the left corner. Catch and shoot 3 by Moss. Had a man on him. Missed it. Farrell puts it back up and in. 3 on Richards. Pass in the right corner. Goes to Payne. Tries that baseline drive, and he hits the layup. Now to Payne out top. It goes to Moss. To Payne. Right corner. Sapp to catch and shoot 3. And another one. Bounce pass. Deflected to Payne. Sapp for the alley-oop dunk to Jarvis Williams.
That is textbook.
In free throw shooting. Right side, 3 on the way. It's good. See him as we face the court, now down to 8 seconds. Payne begins his attack. Drives in, reverse, up and in. What a play! It's knocked away. Moss gets the steal, looks for redemption on the run out. Slam dunk, fast break. Williams rejects that to go to Moss in the corner. He finds Williams. He got away with a walk as he took a step inside. Rattles no good. Tipped up and in by Moss. Racers, Williams gets the rebound to Payne to Moss in the corner. Farrell across the lane to Williams. Up and in. They foul in. Another chance at a 3-point play. Back to Payne. Payne inside finds Williams. Up and in. And they fouled him again. Circles. Now at the big M symbol. Finds Sapp. Catch and shoot 3 right wing. Good! To the circle. Now to the right sideline with the dribble. Gets a screen from Gilmore. Jump back 15-footer. Baseline. Tough shot. Williams. Left side to Sapp. To the baseline. Payne from 17. It's good. 16 on the shot clock. Finds Sapp. Catch and shoot 3. Turnaround. Drained it. Out top. The ball in the air. Knocked into the hands of Farrell to Payne. He'll scoop it into Sapp. And he'll lay it off the glass and in. And there's Farrell for another rebound. He whips it to Payne. Payne shovels it to Sapp. Into Payne, and he hits the layup. For Moss. Catch and shoot 3. Left side. It rattles off. Rebound. Farrell back up and in. Baseline Rambo. Double team jump pass. Comes out top to Flomo. Now to Seymour for 3. And it's good. For those of you who didn't know. It is Junior. Rambo fakes the pass, drives in across the lane, finds Langston for the layup. On the far side, they did come back in to sub for the subs. 3 in the right corner, and it's good for Jeff Martin Jr.
The Racer Report with Steve Prohm is brought to you by Ruth Brothers Wine and Spirits, serving you for 50 years with 2 locations in Paducah, Kentucky. And by Pepsi Mid-America. Sign up today at Pepsi.com to earn Pepsi Experience points and earn rewards. And by Campus Evolution Villages in Murray, the best in student living. Call 270-767-1818 to plan your tour today. And by Kentucky Community and Technical College System. Higher education begins here.